Your board sought, our office actually sought.
Because I know him personally. He basically has two residences. He lives in between Dos Rios and his uncle's ranch in Comshe.
Was he the at-large candidate?
The opinion that council provided was with regard to the at-large seats. So you would be eligible to consider someone for an at-large seat within the county.
That's
It's not
my
district
question. Could
specific.
we move Mr. Ines to the 5th District seat and appoint Mr. Van to the
At-large?
at-large?
I don't believe Mr., let's see. Oh,
With the
he is in
concurrence of
Mendocino.
Supervisor Colfax?
I believe you could do that.
Do we have applicants for the 5th District in terms of that particular seat?
But not at this time.
And when did that become open?
Well, my point is we have 3 interested people here that have been kind of wanting to get in. And if there's a way that we could accommodate them all, I think it would be in our best interest.
Supervisor Colfax, do you object to that?
Well, no, I do object to that only because I'm a little uncomfortable. I may very well agree to it, but at the moment here, if the 5th District slot has not been opened to the extent that we can have other applicants for that.
Sure.
If there were another name there and I had no basis for going one way or the other, I'd be happy to do it. But I would like to at least see what the pool is for the one that's presently unfilled in terms of applicants
May I
or
suggest we
interested
put it off
parties.
for a week and allow for that input?
Yeah, I'd like to do that. And then
that-
we,
Yeah, that's not going to change anything, is it? I mean, we could go ahead and appoint the 4th District one, the Mr. Martin, because that's,
assume that,
we're
yeah,
not
I'm
there
sure.
yet.
yeah, that's not there.
We're not there yet. Supervisor Smith, comment.
Well, I assume that there is already a seated inland person that's on the Fish and Game Commission, right? Because that one's
That's what
not,
She said the only one that is
Staff's
open is the
checking the
5th
roster.
District.
Who is currently sitting on that, in that 5th District seat? Yeah.
so we want to let that sit and just go ahead
Yes,
with
yes.
the next one?
May
Then
I
I would
suggest that,
make
please?
a motion for number O, Fish and Game Commission, 4th District, James Martin.
Second.
And there is a motion and a second for James Martin for the 4th District. Discussion to that action. Call for the vote. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye? Okay. Passes
Supervisor
unanimously.
Colfax, I want to accommodate what you want to do, but I just thought maybe this is a way to get 3 very interested people, get them all in there.
Right, well, again, it's a term expiration here, and whether or not the current
Yeah. I understand.
incumbent is interested in re-upping
Yeah, that's right.
is something I think we owe to that particular appointee.
We can bring it back next week. I don't think it's time sensitive, and that'll allow for input. Okay, further items S and W and Y. Any actions on those items? Item S. The Supervisor Colfax, any action requested?
I recommend, I nominate both Charles Lyon and Ms. Sallow for those positions for the Mendocino Little River Cemetery District.
Okay, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second. Moved and seconded for Charles Lyon and Stella Sallow. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Passed unanimously.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to recommend on item W, this cemetery district of Covelo, Penny, Prochel, and Pauline Brumley.
Okay, there is a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion to the action. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. And item Y, which is the Community Development Corporation, CDC. Any action requested on that? Okay, not hearing any. Second call for action on CDC?
Wait a
Okay,
minute, there's,
yes, there's one more after that. Okay, not hearing any action on that, we'll roll it over to the next meeting.
well, let me ask you a question. Is there any reluctancy to appoint that member? I mean,
I'm just not hearing any action. I'm trying to control the meeting.
Which number is that? Which letter is that?
Item Y.
Oh, why?
that's the inland commissioner.
Oh, okay, I lost it as I turned the page.
Well, You want to do it?
No, I'll make appointment.
Okay. There is a motion before us for Kathy French Baber. Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, passed unanimously. One last item, item FF, to the county council. We have this on the agenda as an agenda item. Can we put this off to take that item up? We
We
have
have to
to.
conduct a public hearing first.
Okay. All right.
If
So
they
that-
still need a member, do they need an existing member even before, if we didn't go from the? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for appointments. Let's move back to the agenda, timed item. This is a public hearing scheduled at 11:30. Discussion possible action, including adoption of a resolution expanding the number of members of the Potter Valley Cemetery District Board of Trustees from 3 to 5, and the appointment of additional members. So this is a public hearing. To the clerk, proper notice been established for this hearing.
Yes, we do have proper notice.
Okay, I'll open the public hearing at this time, and there are procedures. To the clerk, any additional correspondence or telephone calls received to this moment?
No, not on this item.
Okay. To the staff, staff will cover the summary, and the supervisors will question the staff at that time. We'll then receive public input and public comment. Staff will then present any final remarks. At that point, the board can ask questions of the staff and/or the public. I'll then close public hearing and remand the action back to the board. So at this time, I'm opening the public hearing, and to county council.
Well, the resolution is self-explanatory. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away.
There are steps I have to follow. So Supervisor Delbar.
Mr. Chairman, I think it took you longer to read the instructions than it's going to take for the item. Potter Valley Cemetery District has 3 members, and you and I both know how difficult a 3-member board is. And what they are requesting is that we expand by resolution their organization to 5 members, and that's what this resolution is. And it's obviously full support of the cemetery district, and therefore I would move the resolution before us.
Second.
Okay, there is a motion and a second to expand the board from 3 to 5. Any additional questions to the staff or Supervisor Delbar? Hearing none, I'll take public comment at this time. Any public comment to the item? No public comment. I'll close public comment period. Any to staff, any final remarks? Okay. Any questions? Public hearing is now closed. The matter is before the board with a motion and a second already presented. Any further discussion?